What's up, everybody? I know you're fussing. Some of you are, I know. It's been a while. We'll go ahead and get into this question. Dear AskHerschel, can and should X be friends? Nope. Y'all take it easy, all right? God bless you. Sure can't. No, I'm just kidding. I get this question often. It's one of those things where one of the first things that come to mind I have to ask is, what is the basis, the purpose of wanting to remain friends with an ex? Whether it's, an ex-boyfriend or an ex-girlfriend. Well, first of all, you have to identify what an ex is. Outside, removed, formally held a position, so to speak. So when you think about ex-boyfriend and stuff like that, there's somebody you may have been in a dating relationship with and it's no longer, they've been removed. So you have to ask yourself, why would I want to take somebody that has been removed from that and then place them over here? One would have to look at the ethics behind that to inject a biblical perspective in it. If you go to Ecclesiastes, chapter 7, verse 8, it talks about better is the end of a thing than the beginning thereof. And then it talks about how the patient in spirit is better than the proud in spirit. One of the concepts of that scripture, when you go through things in life, and when things come to an end, you can look at it for what it is. In this particular aspect, sometimes it can be applied to when a person Christ in life, at the end of their life, you can look at and see what their life was all about. If you're in a relationship with somebody and you spend years, months, weeks, or whatever the case may be, whatever you discover at the end of it is what you'll get, or is what it was about. And so better is finding out what that is. Therefore, a new beginning can come, which that new beginning may involve life lessons or things you can take on moving forward. So that's why better the end of something. It's one of those things that's hard, but it's a good perspective. So if you have an ex-boyfriend, ex-girlfriend, and you guys come to an end, you can see it for what it is. Thank God for that. Matter of fact, while you're watching this video, just start clapping your hands. Because if they raggedy, jacked up, or whatever the case may be, or this thing simply just didn't work out, then better is that. Because there's no need to waste time anymore. And so when you look at it from that perspective, your new beginning, you have an opportunity for it. If anything, people just need to go their separate ways. Now, that's how I personally feel. You have some folks, they'll rationalize maintaining and being friends with somebody. But if I've discovered who and what you are based on that type of relationship, that type of dating relationship, it's just time for us to move on. One thing that is clear is that you can tell the difference between somebody who's progressing in life, growing and learning, and just moving around from person to person. Because at the root of their actions is simply principle. And so when you start talking about principle, it's ethical to be like, listen, we've had our time together, it's time to move forward. Now, if you're moved by emotions and rationalizing the different things like that, I can understand wanting to keep somebody to stick around, but at the end of the day, you're going to run into some problems. It's just natural, it is. Because I know if I had an ex and you done by being friends, yeah, we can be friends. So that's the concept. Better is the end of something than the beginning thereof. When you start out something, you don't know what you're getting into, but then when it all comes into the end, you'll see it for what it is and what it really was. And if things come to an end, both parties can learn from whatever they need to learn from and, kind of just go from there. But again, life isn't lived unless you're learning. And then also life isn't lived unless you're actually moving forward in life. So if you have an ex and you're trying to keep them and bring them along with you, that's you choosing to carry some baggage, there's life. There's millions of people, billions of people in this world, and so, unless there's a specific mandate or something like that, then there's explanations or understanding circumstances. But at large, for the most part, listen, if we didn't work out, we didn't work out. You know, it is what it is. But if you're moving forward in life and you're building life by principles of God, the wisdom, then you'll have a better life lived. Wisdom makes for a better life lived. So when a person lives life based on principle versus emotions, most likely, while it's difficult and hard at times, you'll have a better life for it. Why? Because you allow God to be able to structure and move some things for you. So sometimes it just takes time, growing, learning, and maturing. That's it. But anyway, that's my take on that. I'm about to get off here. I'm hungry. So we'll be sure to support. I have some great things coming up, and I appreciate you guys for being supportive and hanging in there with me with this project. It's difficult, but I have some great things coming up towards the end of the year, especially going into 2019. So, but at the end of the day, I appreciate you guys. You have a good rest of the day, and I'll see you again soon.